Hi, good evening and welcome to the regular board meeting of the Frankfort Village Board. Tonight is Monday, June 15th, 2026. I call this meeting to order and I ask our clerk, Katie Schubert, to take the roll, please.
Mayor Ogle?
Here.
Trustee Ledden?
Here.
Trustee Savaria?
Here.
Trustee Rigoni?
Here.
Trustee Petro?
Here.
Trustee Borelli? Trustee Rossi?
Here.
Attorney Lamore? Chief Chalepis? Village Administrator Barika?
Present.
Assistant Administrator Brown?
Here.
And Clerk Schubert is present. We have quorum, Mayor.
Thank you, clerk. If everyone would please stand with me and we'll say the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. First item that's on here is what's called our unanimous consent agenda. All items on the consent agenda are considered to be routine in nature and they are enacted in one single motion. There's no separate discussion of these items unless a board member so requests, in which event that item will be removed from the consent agenda and will be considered separately. At this time, I ask if anyone would like to remove any items from the consent agenda. Hearing none, could I get a motion and a second to approve, please?
So moved.
We have a motion and a second. We will be going through these items so that those in the audience know what the village board is voting on. And all of these items, the complete packet, is available on the village website, frankfortil.org, and several hundred pages in detail. Before we start the consent agenda, Trustee Rigoni, make a statement, please.
Thank you, Mayor. I would ask that the record reflect that my vote on the consent agenda reflects an abstain for item C4 as it relates to a contract with Robinson Engineering, of which I am a part-time employer.
All right.
Employee.
Thank you, Trustee Rigoni. So we'll be going through these items so that those people who are in the audience, as well as those who will be watching later, know how your board is voting and what we're voting on. So the item A is the approval of the regular minutes from the meeting on June 1st of 2026. And then we go to the approval of the bills, and we will go to Trustee Petro.
Thank you, Mayor. Tonight's schedule of bills from the General Corporate Fund in the amount of $268,033.80. The Capital Development Fund, $30,610.94. Sewer and Water Operating and Maintenance Fund, $141,156.14, and the Sewer Water Extension Fund, $17,429, for a total of $457,229.88. Did want to point out, we talk about shopping local, and we had 22 local businesses that were utilized in these schedule of bills. Thank you, Mayor.
All right, thank you. We have several items from the Committee of the Whole. And for the first time, we'll go to Trustee Savaria.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. First item is the annual appropriation ordinance. At the Committee of the Whole meeting held on June 1st, 2026, Finance Director Jenny Booth presented the annual appropriation ordinance for fiscal year 2027. Pursuant to the Illinois compiled statutes, the village is required to adopt an annual appropriation ordinance within the first quarter of each fiscal year. The ordinance establishes a maximum amount the village may legally expend during the fiscal year. The corporate authorities have determined that an appropriation of $67,764,500 is necessary to provide for all the anticipated expenses and liabilities for fiscal year 2027. This amount reflects the village's approved budget plus an additional 10% to allow for potential adjustments in planned expenditures throughout the year. Notice of the required public hearing was published in the Daily Southtown on June 3rd, 2026. In compliance with that notice, the public hearing was held immediately prior to the village meeting. The proposed ordinance was also made available for the public inspection at the Village Hall and the Frankfort Public Library. The motion before us tonight is to accept the recommendation of the Committee of the Whole, waive the first and second reading, and pass the annual appropriation ordinance providing an appropriation for corporate purposes in the amount of $67,764,500 for the fiscal year beginning May 1st, 2026 and ending April 30th, 2027 in the Village of Frankfort, Will and Cook Counties, Illinois.
Thank you, Trustee. Next item on here, this is exciting. We love this fixing roads here. We'll go to our Trustee Dan Rossi.
Thank you. Okay, the 2026 roadway maintenance program. The village's fiscal year 26-27 budget includes $5 million in the General Capital Development Fund allocated for the 2026 roadway maintenance program. Village staff conducted a comprehensive field survey and evaluated roadway segments based on pavement age and condition to develop a prioritized list of resurfacing improvements. As a result, 30 roadway segments totaling 6.81 miles of roadway were identified for inclusion in this year's program. The village solicited competitive bids from qualified contractors and received 5 proposals. P.T. Farrell Construction Company submitted the lowest responsible bid in the amount of $4,460,120.95. At its June 1st, 2026 Committee of the Whole reviewed the proposals and forwarded a recommendation to the village board to award the contract to P.T. Farrell Construction Company. The motion before us: accept the recommendation of the Committee of the Whole, adopt a resolution authorizing the execution of a contract with P.T. Farrell Construction Company for the 2026 roadway maintenance program in the amount of $4,460,120.95.
All right, thank you. Next item, we will be going to trustee Rigoni.
Thank you, Mayor. The next item is 2026 Water Main Replacement Program Bid Award. The village annually undertakes a water main replacement program to improve the reliability and water quality of its water distribution system. This year's program includes water main improvements on St. Andrew's Way and Glenbar Lane within the Prestwick subdivision. The village and its consulting engineer, Robinson Engineering, prepared project specifications and solicited competitive bids. 5 bids were received, with Iroquois Paving Corporation submitting the lowest responsible bid in the amount of $1,013,407.56. At its June 1st, 2026 meeting, the Committee of the Whole reviewed the bids and forwarded a recommendation to the village board to award the contract to Iroquois Paving Corporation. The motion before us is to accept the recommendation of the Committee of the Whole, adopt a resolution authorizing the execution of a contract with Iroquois Paving Corporation for the 2026 Water Main Replacement Program in the amount of $1,013,407.56 for the improvements on St. Andrew's Way and Glenbar Lane within the Prestwick subdivision.
All right, thank you. Next item, we go to trustee Ledden.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So the next item is the well number 4 iron removal water treatment plant upgrades. The village owns and operates the well number 4 iron removal water treatment plant located within the Tanglewood subdivision. Constructed in 2002 as part of a system-wide effort to improve water quality, the facility now requires significant upgrades due to the age and condition of the existing equipment. Robinson Engineering has submitted a proposal to provide professional engineering services related to the planned improvements for a lump sum fee of $170,000. At its June 1st, 2026 meeting, the Committee of the Whole reviewed the proposal and forwarded a recommendation to the village board to enter into an agreement with Robinson Engineering. The motion before us this evening is to accept the recommendation of the Committee of the Whole, adopt a resolution authorizing an agreement with Robinson Engineering for professional engineering services related to well number 4 iron removal water treatment plant upgrades for a lump sum fee of $170,000. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Next item, we will go to trustee Rigoni again.
Thank you, Mayor. The next item is Traffic Code Ordinance Amendment. At its June 1st, 2026 meeting, the Committee of the Whole reviewed a recommendation from the Traffic Advisory Committee to establish parking restrictions on the south side of Colorado Avenue between Locust Street and Ohio Road. The proposed amendment would prohibit parking from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on school days in this area. The motion before us is to accept the recommendation of the Committee of the Whole, waive the first and second readings, and pass an ordinance amending Village of Frankfort Code of Ordinances Title 7, Traffic Code Chapter 71, Traffic Control Schedules to establish and post no parking 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on school days on the south side of Colorado Avenue between Locust Street and Ohio Road.
Okay, thank you. The next item, we will go to trustee Petra.
Thank you, Mayor. Police Department Squad Replacement Purchase Approval. The Police Department has identified 2 squad vehicles for replacement due to age and mileage. Staff recommends purchasing two 2026 Ford Police Interceptor Utility Hybrid All-Wheel Drive vehicles from Curry Motors through the Suburban Purchasing Cooperative Competitive Bidding Program at a cost of $49,143 per vehicle. Both vehicles will require the installation of emergency equipment and graphics, which will be provided by Public Safety Direct and Company at a cost not to exceed $20,000 per vehicle. At its June 1st, 2026 meeting, the Committee of the Whole reviewed the proposal and forwarded a recommendation to the Village Board to approve the purchase and upfitting of the vehicles. The motion before us is to accept the recommendation of the Committee of the Whole and adopt a resolution authorizing the purchase of two 2026 Ford Police Interceptor Utility Hybrid all-wheel drive vehicles from Curry Motors of Frankfort at a cost of $49,143 per vehicle, and authorizing vehicle upfitting by Public Safety Direct Incorporated in an amount not to exceed $20,000 per vehicle, for a total project cost not to exceed $138,286. Thank you.
Thank you. Then we have a couple items from the Plan Commission, and the first one, we will go to Trustee Savaria.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. First item on the Plan Commission report is Ancient Roots Acupuncture Special Use Permit for Outdoor Recreation. Ancient Roots Acupuncture, located at 10850 West Laraway Road, Unit 3W, within the Patriot Center, seeks the granting of a special use permit for outdoor recreation to expand its services to conduct Qigong therapy and meditation classes in the open green space behind the Patriot Center. At its May 28, 2026 public hearing on the project, the Plan Commission forwarded a unanimous 5-0 recommendation to the Village Board to approve the request with conditions. Motion before us tonight is to accept the Plan Commission recommendation, waive the first and second reading, and pass an ordinance granting a special use permit for outdoor recreation over 1 acre to the property located at 10850 West Laraway Road, Unit 3W, to allow Ancient Roots Acupuncture to expand its services by conducting Qigong therapy sessions in accordance with the reviewed plans, public testimony, and finding of facts, and subject to the following conditions. Outdoor musical instruments and sound amplification shall be prohibited at all times. Qigong therapy sessions shall not be conducted within 100 feet of the rear property line. Individual Qigong therapy sessions shall have a maximum of 25 participants, and the business shall implement a minimum 15-minute transition period between each Qigong therapy session to accommodate parking turnover. Thank you.
Good. All right, thank you. Then we go to, next item would be Trustee Rossi.
Mayor. The Campbell residents. Property owners Niall and Stephanie Campbell are proposing to demolish the existing residence located at 150 Sauk Trail and construct a new 5,540 square foot single-family home. The proposed home will have driveway access from Church Street and will be addressed 137 Church Street. The applicants are requesting a building materials variance to permit the use of James Hardy board and LP Smart siding in lieu of the village's first floor masonry requirement. In addition, they are seeking approval of a preliminary and final plat of subdivision, as the property was never formally platted as a lot of record. At its May 28, 2026 public hearing, the Plan Commission reviewed the project and forwarded two unanimous 5-0 recommendations to the Village Board to approve the request. The first of the two motions are accept the Plan Commission recommendation, waive the first and second readings, and pass an ordinance granting a building materials variance for the property located at 137 Church Street to allow non-masonry exterior materials in the construction of a single-family residence, in accordance with the reviewed plans, public testimony, and findings of fact. The second motion before us is to approve the preliminary and final plat of Campbell Estates subdivision prepared by Martin M. Engineering, Inc., in accordance with the reviewed plans and subject to any necessary technical revisions prior to recording.
Okay. Those are all the items tonight on the unanimous consent agenda. We have a motion and a second already, and we will go to our clerk, Katie Schubert, for the vote.
Thank you. Trustee Petro?
Yes.
Trustee Rossi?
Yes.
Trustee Lennon?
Yes.
Trustee Savaria?
Yes.
Trustee Rigoni?
Yes.
Motion carries.
All right, thank you. We have two more items to consider, and there'll be two separate motions for this, and we'll go to Trustee Rigoni.
Thank you, Mayor. The next item is Grounded Coffee in the Loft Special Use Permit for Outdoor Seating Amendments. Applicant Michael Seidler, on behalf of Grounded Coffee and The Loft, request approval of amendments to the previously approved special use permits for outdoor seating at 19 Ash Street and 15 Ash Street, respectively, within the H1 Historic District. On June 16, 2025, the corporate authorities approved ordinance number 3511 authorizing a 725-square-foot outdoor dining patio for Grounded Coffee and an ordinance number 3512 authorizing a 1,000-square-foot outdoor dining patio for The Loft. The applicant is now seeking to amend the approved patio footprints along the north facade of the old Frankfort Mall building to create a shared outdoor seating area for both establishments without any physical delineation between the two patio spaces. At its May 28, 2026 public hearing, the Plan Commission forwarded a unanimous 5-0 recommendation to approve the Grounded Coffee request and a 5-1 recommendation to approve the Loft request with conditions. The first motion before us is to accept the Plan Commission recommendation, waive the first and second readings, and pass an ordinance granting an amendment to the special use permit for outdoor seating associated with a permitted restaurant for the property located at 19 Ash Street, modifying the approved patio footprint along the north facade of the old Frankfort Mall building to allow a shared patio with no physical delineation between the outdoor seating areas of Grounded Coffee and The Loft in accordance with the reviewed plans, public testimony, and findings of fact.
Okay. Can we get a second on that motion, please? Second. All right, we have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion from the board? Comments? Okay, then we will go to our clerk, Katie Schubert, for the vote.
All right, Trustee Rigoni?
Yes.
Trustee Petro?
Yes.
Trustee Rossi?
Yes.
Trustee Ledin?
Yes.
Trustee Savaria?
Yes.
Motion carries.
All right, thank you. Trustee Rigoni, would you read the second motion, please?
Oh, certainly. The next motion is to accept the Plan Commission recommendation, waive the first and second readings, and pass an ordinance granting an amendment to the special use permit for outdoor seating associated with a permitted restaurant for the property located at 15 Ash Street, modifying the approved patio footprint along the north facade of the old Frankfort Mall building to allow a shared patio with no physical delineation between the outdoor seating areas of The Loft and Grounded Coffee Bar in accordance with the reviewed plans, public testimony, and findings of fact, and subject to the following conditions. The outdoor seating area shall close and all patio lights shall be turned off by 10 p.m. and there shall be no signage other than regulatory signs on the fence, building, or any other surfaces unless explicitly authorized in writing by the village.
All right, thank you. Can we get a second, please? Second. Okay, we have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion on this? Okay, and then we'll go to our clerk, Katie Schubert, for the vote, please.
Trustee Rossi?
Yes.
Trustee Ledin?
Yes.
Trustee Savaria?
Yes.
Trustee Rigoni?
Yes.
Trustee Petro?
Yes.
Motion carries.
All right, thank you. Before we start the mayor's report tonight, we want to go to our police chief, Leanne Chalepis, for a special report.
Thank you, Mayor. I appreciate it. As many are aware, on the evening of June 11, 2026, the Frankfort Police Department responded to the 10400 block of Brookridge Creek Drive regarding a missing 11-year-old child with autism. Upon receiving the report, the Frankfort Police Department immediately initiated a large-scale search operation involving numerous police agencies, search and rescue organizations, and community volunteers. After an exhaustive overnight search, Joey was safely located approximately 3 miles from his home and remarkably unharmed. The outcome of this incident was nothing short of a miracle. As I reflect on this incident, I am reminded of the extraordinary collaboration that occurred that night. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank Deputy Chief Lanz, Sergeant Giacomo, and Sergeant Soroka for their leadership throughout this operation. I'm also incredibly proud of our patrol officers, investigators, the dispatchers, and support personnel who worked tirelessly, many well beyond their scheduled shifts, to locate Joey and investigate his disappearance. I would like to recognize our neighboring law enforcement agencies, including Mokina, New Lenox, Manhattan, and the Will County Sheriff's Department, for providing personnel, equipment, and specialized resources. The Frankfort Fire Protection District and surrounding fire agencies were instrumental in providing drone operations and command support. The Will County Emergency Management Agency and local ESDA organizations supplied personnel, command vehicles, and search and rescue assistance. Cook County Sheriff's Police provided air support. Specialized teams, including ISAR, Red Center Search and Rescue, and the Illinois-Wisconsin Search and Rescue Dogs Organization conducted organized and methodical searches throughout the area. I'm certain there was additional organizations and individuals who contributed that evening that I have not specifically mentioned. Please know that your willingness to answer the call when our community needed help was deeply appreciated and will not be forgotten. Finally, I would like to address the hundreds of community volunteers who came forward to assist in the search. Standing in the parking lot at Grand Prairie and seeing it filled with people who simply wanted to help was both moving and inspiring. It is a moment I will never forget. I saw familiar faces and many faces I had never seen before from Frankfort and neighboring communities alike. Despite the late hour, challenging weather conditions, and the fact that most had never met Joey or his family, they came. Your presence mattered. During one of the most difficult moments a family can endure, you provided hope, comfort, and reassurance that they were not alone. While this incident tested our community, it also revealed its very best qualities: compassion, selflessness, resilience, and unity. Joey's safe return is something we will all be grateful for, but the overwhelming response from the community is something I will carry with me long after this event is forgotten. That night, Frankfort reminded us all what it means to be a community. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Chief. I think this was an amazing effort, but also it comes from preparation. It comes from having the resources and the training and having developed those strategic partnerships to pull in all those agencies as well as the community, the support from the community. And we're all, well, thank God that there was a positive outcome. So now we'll go on to the mayor's report. We have the short run on a long day coming up. That's the 5K run walk. That's this Wednesday, June 17th. Motorists should anticipate there will be some temporary road closures and traffic delays in and around downtown during the event. The race begins at 7 p.m. We appreciate your patience and cooperation and encourage everyone to plan accordingly and to drive safely. Our 2026 Concert on the Green season kicks off on Sunday, June 21st. It starts at 6:30, goes through 8 o'clock in Brighter Green. The opening performance will feature Southtown Soul. Bring your lawn chairs and enjoy an evening of live music in downtown Frankfort, and of course, it's free. The deadline to submit your nominations for the 2026 Summer Beautification Award Program is June 30th. In recognition of America's 250th anniversary, this year's theme is America 250. Residents are invited to showcase their patriotic spirit by decorating their front porches with red, white, and blue displays. Nominations can still be submitted to Sue Lynchy here at the Village. As part of Frankfort's celebration of America's 250, the Frankfort Area Historical Society, in partnership with the Village of Frankfort, will host the ceremonial opening of a time capsule, which was buried in July of 1976 during the nation's bicentennial celebration. The event is open to the public. It'll take place on the Brighter Green stage on July 4th at 11 a.m. The annual 4th of July fireworks display will take place, of course, on Saturday, July 4th, at Main Park, which is at 200 South Locust Street, here next to the Village Hall. The park will open at 7 p.m. with DJ entertainment beginning at 7:30. The fireworks show is scheduled to begin at approximately 9:15. This was paid for by the Village of Frankfort, the Frankfort Firefighters Foundation, the Frankfort Firefighters Local 4338, and with the support of the Frankfort Park District. We invite residents and visitors to join us as we celebrate Independence Day with an evening of family-friendly events and entertainment and a spectacular fireworks display. And every week in Frankfort, we have lots of events going on. Tonight we have the Cruisin', and that continues every Monday through September 21st. That's from 5 to 8. Got classic cars down there, some amazing cars. I stopped down there before the meeting tonight. Our Fridays on the Green continue every Friday through July 31st, except July 3rd. And that's from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. That's in partnership with the Frankfort Public Library District. And the feature entertainment on June 19th will be K-Pop Demon Hunters Academy. So then we have our country market, which goes every Sunday, very popular. That goes through October 25th. It's from 9 until 1 p.m. It's right there in downtown Frankfort. And we encourage residents and visitors alike to take advantage of all these wonderful community events and enjoy all that Frankfort has to offer this summer. We have a couple other items. There's some things to consider that we want our residents to be aware of, but also things that our board will probably be addressing. They're a little outside the scope, but one was, and we talked about over the last couple of months, was the BUILD Act, which was a bill that was down in Springfield, which basically would preempted and stripped away local zoning control and would have taken away your voice as a resident to decide what goes in Frankfort as your neighbors. Now that bill did not pass because there was overwhelming opposition from mayors across the entire state, and our board, I submitted a letter with our mayors, with the Will County Governmental League, and then the board actually passed a resolution in opposition to that on April 6th. But this doesn't mean that this is, even though it didn't pass in opposition, it doesn't mean that it is gone away, that it's dead. There's a Senate veto session on November 17th and 18th, and also one December 1st through the 3rd. I don't have the House schedule yet, but it's fully expected that this will resurface again in some form. And actually, there is a other bill that everyone should be aware of. This is even a little closer. It's House Bill 4571, which is a Will County Land Bank bill, which would support what goes on with the BUILD Act. It gives new powers to some of the large Illinois counties, and Will County would be one of those. They could create and support housing projects and developments without the local control. They could override what we do here, similar to what was done with solar on the state level. So we'll be talking more about that, and the board will be investigating that more and probably taking a position with the county and the state. Good news, we do have a sales tax holiday coming up for if you're shopping for school or just a time. It's August 7th through the 16th that is coming up, so that's done annually, and you get a little reprieve from the taxes during that time on certain items. And then just an informational item too is that we had the Lakota group come in with some ideas for making improvements and enhancements to our downtown area, and there's been public input and open houses, and we expect that we will have them come to do a presentation here at the July 13th Committee of the Whole, and that'll be right here in this boardroom at 6 p.m. That's on Monday, July 13th, so we'll be expecting to hear from them. That is it for the mayor's report tonight, and we will go to our clerk, Katie Schubert, for board comments.
Thank you, Mayor. As you just mentioned, there is one meeting in July, Monday, July 13th, that will be a village board meeting and a committee of the whole meeting, and that will start at Village Hall here at 6 p.m. And that's all that I have tonight.
Okay, thank you. Trustee Ledden.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So, being a resident, been fortunate to go to many exciting events here in Frankfort, whether it's, the kickoff of summer or the lighting of the green or Oktoberfest, but I don't think I've been to anything that was more moving than last Thursday night. So standing there in the parking lot trying to figure out what the police was going to do with all the people who showed up on a rainy night, I was just amazed to see how prepared and organized you were. Congratulations to you and your team. Everything that you were doing that night. I'm being a dad, but also a dad with a child with autism, I know how quickly these things can happen. It happened once for us where Danny disappeared, and it was much shorter. We found him within 30 minutes, but that's a very long time. And I just want to commend you, Chief Telepis, all of your staff, your whole team, the whole department, and all the neighboring communities for all that you did. And I can't say thank you enough, and so happy for the outcome. That aside, happy Father's Day to everybody here. I hope you all enjoy on Sunday. And I don't want to steal thunder, but somebody up here has some special Father's Day information as well. So thank you.
All right, Trustee Savaria.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I too want to echo Trustee Ledden's comments. We were both out there together, and there were many of the board members out there, along with people that I've known for 30 years, so it was very heartwarming, so thank you. And then I'd like to congratulate my daughter and my son-in-law on the birth of their second child, Vincent Brian Crudo. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Trustee Rigoni.
Thank you, Mayor. I'm going to echo as well on last Thursday. I'm always proud of our community, but on Thursday, it really, really shined on why. I had my 2 teenagers out there with me, and when we came home, they thanked me. They thanked me for bringing them, and it re-instilled that there is kindness out there. Seeing everybody at Grand Prairie, there is kindness. Chief, your team was fantastic. There was no wavering. There was a willingness to recognize people wanted to help, and I greatly appreciate that. And I extend for all of those law enforcement within the community. Seeing everything at the post office was just overwhelming, that within a tiny amount of time, how our town came together. Lots of activity, lots of people driving around at midnight, which is not common in this town. And it just was a reflection on how much our town comes together and our village cares. So thank you.
Thank you. Trustee Petro.
Thank you, Mayor. Chief, your special report just gives goosebumps, and Mr. Rogers said it best. Look for the helpers. You will always find people who are helping. So in Frankfort, time and time again, we have seen our community rally when needed most, and I just want to thank you, the police, our staff, our community, our neighboring communities in the successful search and bringing Joey home. Thank you.
Thanks. Trustee Rossi.
Thank you, Mayor. We all know what a great police and fire department we have. We've seen them in emergency cases like this, and they do an incredible job. But I have to say, seeing all those people out that night really showed me what a great town we all live in. Thank you.
Thanks. Those are all the items on the board comments, and we go to any other business before the board? Okay, none. Then we come to the point of the meeting called public comments. Is there anyone who would like to come before the board tonight to make a public comment? Hearing none, can I get a motion and a second to adjourn the meeting?
So moved. Second.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. Meeting is adjourned. Thank you, everyone.